Hello, this is Flavio Castelli from SUSE and welcome to this screencast about Portus. Portus is an authorization service and user interface for the Docker registry. It's an open source project developed by SUSE which allows you to have full control over your on-premise instance of the Docker registry. This is just a quick walkthrough of Portus, so let's get started. Let's focus on the namespace tab first of all. So there are two types of namespaces. There are the special ones and, let's say, the traditional ones. The special ones are, for example, the global namespace. The global namespace is associated with your instance of the registry. Basically, everybody who has an account on Portus can pull images from the global namespace, but only the administrator user of Portus can actually push images to it. In this case, we have two repositories inside of the global namespace. There is one repository containing OpenSUSE images, so we have OpenSUSE tag 13.2 and then we have OpenSUSE tumbleweed. We also have another repository for BusyBox which has just one image called latest. Then we have the other type of special namespace. As soon as you create an account on Portus, a personal, private namespace is created for you. This namespace is named after your username on Portus. By default it's private, meaning you are the only one who can pull and push images to it. However, you can make this namespace public by just clicking a button like I did before. So in this case, everybody who has an account on Portus can pull images from my personal namespace. However, I'm still the only one who can push images to this namespace. Then below we have, let's say, the traditional namespaces. So if you want to have more control over the operations that can be performed against namespace, you have to use the Teams feature. Now we are going to look at the team feature, and by looking at that you will understand the traditional namespaces. So a team is just a collection of users registered on Portus who collaborate over images that are stored inside of different namespaces. So let's take a look at the QA team, for example. The QA team has two users inside of it. There is Flavio user and there is another user named DevOps. And this namespace, this team controls a namespace named QA. So it means that all the members of the QA team has some sort of access to this namespace. The type of access is determined by their role. So we have three types of role. We have viewers who can only pull images from the namespaces associated with the team. And we have contributors like DevOps who can pull and push images to the namespaces which are associated with the team. And then we have owner like Flavio, who is basically a contributor, but he can also manage the group. Managing a group means, for example, I can change the role of the user anytime I want. Now DevOps is just a viewer, or I can also remove him from this group. I can also add more members and set the role straight from the beginning, or otherwise I can also create new namespaces. Okay? By default, all the namespaces which are created inside of a team are private, meaning only the members of the team can do some sort of operation against it. However, you can always override that by clicking the public flag, as I did before for this namespace. And by doing that, everyone who has an account on Portus can do pull operation against this namespace. Basically, everybody is a viewer for this specific namespace. I could add another namespace, like, I don't know, like Portus demo. This by default is private, as you can see, and I would be the only one together with the DevOps user who can pull images from it. DevOps is a viewer, so he cannot push images. To push images to this namespace, he would have to be a contributor at least. So let's see how Portus interacts with Docker command line tool. So here I have two sessions, one running as DevOps on the DevOps machine, the other one running as Flavio on another machine. On this machine I have already a bunch of images. So let's try to push something to the Docker Hub, to our private instance of the registry. So for example, we can push something to the Portus demo controlled by the QA namespace. I'm already an owner, so I'm entitled to push something to that. So before pushing, we have to tag our image. So let's tag this random image. We're going to push that to the Portus demo namespace. So as you can see, the image has been successfully pushed. I'm going to reload there, and as you can see, there is one repository right now. Okay, so now let's try to do something as DevOps user. So DevOps has already an account on Portus, but he just configured his machine. Okay, so let's try to pull something from the global namespace. For example, this image. There's an error. Nothing found. Oh, that's happening because this is a brand new machine for DevOps, and he never logged actually into this private instance of the registry. So to log into this private instance of the registry, he has to use the docker login command, as he would have to do with the Docker Hub. So these are the credentials of this user on Portus. So the username is DevOps, the password is really secure, this is a test, the email is not used in this case, this is there because of the Docker login client works with Docker Hub, and this is used to create an account on the Docker Hub. So let's just ignore that. Then you have to write down the actual name of the registry you're using. So now I've successfully logged into the system. A new file has been created, as you can see here. So now let's try to pull again. As you can see, now the pull works. Okay, let's try to push something to the Portus demo. Okay, let's try to push, for example, this Selenium image. We're going to push that to Portus demo. Here it is. As you can see, I get an authorized error. That's because currently DevOps is just a viewer here. So let's promote him to contributor so I can actually push images to this namespace. Let's try again. And as you can see, everything is working fine. So this is just a quick overview, as I said, of Portus. If you want to have more information about Portus, just visit our website. So have fun and see you. Bye bye.